Welcome back inside Ed Cavaliers Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, if you missed our intro, my name is Matt Stathopoulos, and I'm joined here by George Radney as we're getting set for East High and Churchville-Chili as the Section 5, 2017 Section 5 season, football season, I should say, is just about underway. I know for these two teams, that is. I know other teams have been in action over these past couple of days, so it's a clean slate for these two, as we mentioned, and got a great day to play some football.
Yeah, and I think Jaron Ingram, the senior quarterback for Churchville-Chili, has a lot to prove this season. I think he wants to get his team off to a quick start. And I think you keep an eye on Chauncey Chili at wide receiver, Eric Lewis on the outside, Corey Powell, another senior. So they're a senior-laden team, and I think you're going to see if these seniors can dominate early, to take charge early in this game, being on the road.
You got it, George. And for those guys, ultimately it's their last chance to make an impact and go out on a good note. So you're exactly right. They're definitely going to want to prove themselves. Now, who do you see from the east side?
I see Jalen Holmes, wide receiver. See what he can do tonight. Should be an interesting game with him out there, as well as Chris Washington, quarterback Anthony Gilbert. Should be, and also Devontae James Simmons. We got to work on James Simmons if he's at quarterback today as well. How they're going to play that? So
right,
it should be a good contest.
Definitely. As you see both teams being introduced here at Cavaliers Stadium, the stands have filled up pretty well here. I know it was kind of a gradual fill-in, but good to see a good turnout, and hopefully they'll be making some noise and adding to the atmosphere. It's always good to see. That's one of the beauties of Section 5 football, just the following that it gets, and you can really tell how much people care and pay attention to it all throughout the season.
Oh, it's big. Section 5 is really huge with not only football but the basketball. They do a fine job with all the sports, and that's why they're always well represented during the sectionals and also in the states throughout the season as well.
That's right, George. While we've got a minute here, might as well recognize both teams' coaches. For Churchville-Chili will be Troy Jeffers, and for East High will be Mike Militello, as those guys picking up right where they left off from training camp, which has been going for the last couple of months.
Well, weeks.
Weeks, I shouldn't say months.
They only can start in August. Yeah. Don't get anybody in trouble here. But no, they start end of July, early August.
Right. And now we will await the presentation of the national anthem. Very nice rendition of the national anthem.
Jalen Wilson, a student here at East High School. Excellent job by Jalen Wilson on that on the national anthem.
Great job indeed. It's great to see the students getting involved, even for little things like that, George. Whether it's expressing your talent, singing the national anthem. We've got a lot of students volunteering, running our cameras today. So
yes,
it's always a good thing to see.
And also kids out there. give a call. Talk to Todd Hall at down at City School District, or ask your some of your teachers to get in contact if you have an interest in being a camera person or on-air personality or something involved in the television world. You can be a part of the broadcast. You can be a part of one of our future broadcasters, or if there's other aspects, always ask us. You never know.
For sure. Definitely a good way to get your foot in the door indeed, as now we take a look at midfield here as the team captains have made their way out to midfield for the coin toss, and we will await the results.
Yeah, it should be referees talking to both teams. Look like Churchville-Chili has a height advantage of a bigger. They look a little bit bigger, and the roster looking at the roster, they look bigger. You eyeball them, they look like a little bigger squad. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, George. We were talking about that in our opening, and it does beg the question for how much of a factor that might be in tonight's game. I mean, obviously on paper you'd think that it automatically does give you an advantage, but there are other factors to consider as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this could be a speed game too. East could look to go with speed. It could look like they go with speed. It could be a speed game tonight too.
Definitely.
East might try to run to the outside, or instead of in between the tackles, take it to the outside possibly.
So yes, the Churchville-Chili Saints win the coin toss. They have elected to kick to start things off, which means obviously the Eagles will get the ball.
Sending them into that wind gust. Yeah, they were checking their wind out, so I guess they feel their defenses can come out and make some plays, and they maybe that leads to what I was talking about in the pregame show, that Churchville-Chili wants to throw the ball.
Yeah,
so they'll go against the wind.
Of course. And would you say, George, and this isn't limited to just high school football, but are you in favor of electing to kick the ball first, solely so you can get the ball in the second half starting off? Do you think that is like a better strategy, or?
To me, it just depends on your team, what type of team you have, the confidence you have in your team, or if the other team, your opponent's struggling offensively, maybe you want to give them the ball right away to try to continue to pounce on them and hope to continue that they struggle.
Right.
I think it just depends on your opponent and the weather conditions too.
Right. Well, here we go. Tyler Pasamonte for the Churchville-Chili Saints sets the ball up on the tee as we get set for the kickoff, as we are just moments away from the beginning of the Section 5 high school football season of 2017, as both of these East High Eagles and Churchville-Chili Saints will be looking to get off on the right foot as Pasamonte gives the signal, and we are underway. Off the hands of Jalen Holmes of East High. He looks to break away, but he's taken down inside the 15-yard line. That's exactly what the Saints wanted to get started here.
Yeah, see, they want to get out here and get a good play. They got a good defensive, good special teams play.
That's right. So the Eagles will now have to operate with bad field position to start off, but of course now the only thing that goes from here is what they do next, and we'll see what kinds of plays they run and what they can generate here moving forward.
Yeah, Jadavon James Simmons is the starting quarterback. See what Jadavon's going to do here.
Right.
Spread formation.
1st and 10 from the 15. James Simmons lines up from the shotgun, gets the snap, and hands it off to Deljon Johnson.
He's taken down for a loss. That was a Churchville-Chili is in a 4-3 defense, 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and the linebacker just shot the gap and bam, was right in the backfield to make the tackle.
That's right. We haven't had the update yet. It looks like a gain of, or no, sorry, it's a loss of 5. You were right, George. Yeah, loss of 5 yards.
He was in the backfield waiting on it.
Yeah. James Simmons will line up once again from the shotgun. He gets the snap, goes once again up the middle. I couldn't catch the number on who that was, but it looked like he may have gained a yard or two, but not a whole lot, and it doesn't really help them out in this situation as we move to 3rd down, 3rd and 15.
And those gold numbers on that purple background is not helpful for anybody in the press box trying to figure out who,
right,
what number, who's who on that east side there. Yeah, he was stopped for virtually really it looked like no gain.
That's what they're saying on the scoreboard as they've marked it down at the 10-yard line. Once again, 3rd and 15. James Simmons, once again from the shotgun. He steps back to pass. Looks downfield. He's got a man, but it hits the ground. Yeah, underthrew it. It was intended for Malik McCray, but that'll bring up 4th down.
He was open. He had him there, but boy, he just didn't put enough mustard on that ball, on that pass.
That's right, as now the punting unit will come on for the Eagles. As we're
3 and out.
Yeah, quick 3 and out to start the game. Definitely what Churchville-Chili wanted. It started from the kickoff of not allowing any rushing yards right off the bat. So just what the doctor ordered for the Churchville-Chili Saints. As we're down to 10:22 to go here in this first quarter. Obviously no score as that was the first possession for either team. But on to punt for...
that wind took it there.
And it's punted up by Andre Jenkins. It gets to about the 40 where it's fielded by Corey Powell, who's going down the sideline and out of bounds just ahead of the 20-yard line. May have gone out at the 23, but that'll be good field position for the Saints.
Yeah, and you saw how that wind is. It just took it from the snap. The ball just kind of fluttered back to the punter. He had to adjust to it, get a hold of it. And that was an excellent kick that he made under the circumstances.
That's right, George. You definitely did your homework coming into this because you had mentioned that as well in the pregame, the wind being a factor. And, in the first couple of plays, we've already seen it as now the Saints will line up.
I think they're going to be passing. I think they want to pass the ball.
Right. Jaron Ingram loses the ball on the snap. Now he rushes it himself. He may have got back for about a yard, but he was eventually wrestled down and didn't gain much off of that bad snap.
Yeah. No, not at all. He didn't gain much. This was a poor snap, and he made the adjustment and was able to pick up didn't pick up any yards, but he didn't fumble. He didn't turn it over.
They're actually going to rule it a loss of 1 as now the ball's on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Watch for Corey Powell. I have a feeling he's going to be looking over here to the close side of the line to number 13.
Ingram gets the snap, hands it off to Sage Smith there for a little bit of a gain, not too far though.
Good defense by number 79 and 78 there for East High. They both were in on the tackle.
Yeah, that's Bobby Seawright stepping up on that play right there to take Smith down as this will bring up 3rd and 9 for the Saints. Trying to avoid going 3 and out like their counterpart East High did not too long ago. As it looks like Ingram will set up from the shotgun once again. Ingram takes a look, cross field, he completes the pass to Sage Smith, but Smith took a big hit from the East defense.
Ooh, my goodness, that was, ladies and gentlemen, a textbook hit. He had his shoulders upright. Once he caught it, bam, he really lowered the boom on him with his shoulder pads. It was nothing wrong about that hit. That was just how you. And unfortunately, the receiver was looking for the ball. He tipped the ball with one hand, and then when he gained possession, bam, he caught him while he was off balance. So he's gonna get a little attention there.
Right.
Sage Smith.
Sage Smith, yeah. Like you said, George, it's obviously you don't want anybody getting hurt, but if you're East High on defense, you got to do your job, and your job is to take the guy down.
And you can't take hitting out the game, even though you hear him even on the NFL games. It's hard. That's what football is. It's a game that when you get hit.
Right.
He's up. He's looking okay. He just got shook it up. I hate to say he got his bell rung there, but he probably did. It probably did ring a little bit there on that play. Probably gonna go over and they give some type of protocol on him to see if he's okay and able to come back later in the game. Right now he's not. Yeah, he's taking his time coming off the field.
Good to see him walking on his own power though off the field.
Yes.
So 4th and 9 here for the Saints, and it looks like they're going to go for it as Jaron Ingram lining up. Steps back in the pocket. Ingram looking downfield. He's got a man and another underthrow as that was intended for Dennis Sweats, and that will turn the ball over and East will take over.
Yeah, that was another poorly thrown pass. They look like both quarterbacks might have early season jitters right now, and once they get used to the pressure coming at them, because in that case he had more time, but he just released it a little early.
Right, and nothing wrong with that. You know, you mentioned the first game jitters and in this case the first possession jitters. So that stuff's all natural, but we'll see how they might improve gradually as the game goes on, as the Eagles will now take over on the 24-yard line. I guess if you're Churchville-Chili, one positive out of that is at least you didn't give up good field position to the Eagles.
No, and that's why they chose to. They wanted to go into the wind. They forced an East to go into the wind. As you can see, the wind is continuing to blow. Looking at those flags on the goalpost.
That's right. As Jatavion James Simmons lines up 1st and 10 on the 24 for East, their own 24, I should say. As we've got a flag on the play now, or maybe some movement.
Delay a game, I think he's signaling. Delay a game.
Yep, good catch, George. That'll be a delay of game call on East. It will be a loss of 5, so it'll replay it 1st and 15 now.
That's another first game jitters. You got to get out here. You got to call the play and run the play. They came right out of a timeout.
James Simmons has a man in motion. He hands it off to him. Looking to break free. A nice move there by Freddie Brock, but I'm not sure if he came up with anything. He had a nice little juke, but George, it's almost like he took himself out of the play by doing that.
Yeah, well, no, he would have been tackled if he had to make that juke, because that defender was right on him. They're not allowing them. Number 13, Corey Powell, and number 7, Ryan Rupp. They're not allowing the East blocking to turn that corner. They didn't allow it at all, and he ended up losing. Wow, he lost more than 5-7 yards on that play.
Yeah, definitely is. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And as we are just inside 8 minutes here in this first quarter, still no score. We're still looking for our first completed pass and our first rush of about,
How about a first down?
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, let's get a first down first.
James Simmons with another handoff, a rush up the middle for a gain of about a yard. But once again, the Saints doing a great job blocking, putting that wall up, and not allowing much room for East to work with.
No, not at all. They're a stout defensive line. Those guys are kind of big. The Churchville-Chili, he's 210 pounds, 6 foot. He's playing almost like a nose guard. You got number 79 right next to him. He's a big guy. Will Zimmerman, he's 290. Wow, he's almost 300 pounds.
3rd and 13 from the 18-yard line. James Simmons takes the snap. He steps back. He looks down the sideline. He's got Jalen Holmes making the catch and a gain, but they're going to be short of the first down, so the punting unit will come on for East.
And hope that pass is now take away some of the jitters. He got a completed pass now. They had a couple of running plays there, so hopefully that can get the East offense a little bit going. But now they're going to have to punt the ball back to Churchville-Chili.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes, especially for a guy like James Simmons. Maybe once he completes one, then his confidence is back and he's ready to go. But
Andre Jenkins get ready to punt.
Jenkins gets the snap. Pretty good. It's beyond the 50-yard line, fielded there by the Saints. That's Andrew Curtin gaining about 5 yards after receiving that.
He ran into his own man coming back trying to block for him, actually knocked him down, actually. So that was an unfortunate block there by his teammate.
So the Saints will take over at the 50-yard line. We're down to 6:53 remaining in the opening quarter. Still no score, still no first downs. We do have our first completed pass, though.
That's right, we do. Thank goodness for that.
Back onto the field comes Jaron Ingram for the Saints.
We got look like East might have jumped. I think they're gonna call offsides on East because it caused the offensive to jump as well.
Yeah, we get the official signal from the referee. It's offsides on East High, so it'll move to replay first down. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Saints. As Ingram steps up to the line and looks to move it along now. from the 45-yard line. A handoff there to DeJaron Mewborn, and he is tackled for a loss, and a big loss at that.
Yeah, East is coming hard too on their defensive line. They're shooting the gaps. They're bringing extra people, and that's what you got to do. Sometimes when you're undersized, you bring some extra guys, you bring some linebackers. They shot the gap and sent them for like a 4-yard loss on the play.
Right. Yeah, I was just about to say it looks about a 4-yard loss, and as evidenced by it being now 2nd and 9 for the Saints from the 49-yard line.
That was by James Simmons, the quarterback. Actually, he's playing linebacker on defense. Made that tackle.
Ingram steps out to his left. He's got a man. It's Dasani Constantine picking up the first down and then some for the Saints.
Nazi Tisdale, I think that is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm mixing up teams here.
Yeah,
sorry about that, George. Yeah, Nazir Tisdale for the Saints. My apologies on that for Churchville-Chili and East mixing up the teams there. But a great reception by Tisdale to get the first down for the Saints is now on 1st and 10. A good pitch there to DeJaron Mewborn with a big gain on that run.
That was a nice run.
2nd down and 2. There's a fumble off the snap. Ingram gets hit up high. He does muscle his way forward.
We have a flag on the play.
For a little bit. Yes, and there is a flag. We'll await the signal from the referee.
His center having trouble getting that ball to him.
Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward snap, as here we'll take a look at the referee's call. Face masking on East.
That's too bad, because the East had him, and somebody got a little excited and grabbed the face mask. So that's 2 big penalties on this drive, offsides, and now you got the 15-yard, the major penalty, takes it inside the 20, so now they're in the red zone.
That's right. Moving the chains they are as Ingram sets up from the shotgun. The snap, Ingram looks to his right. He goes up to the end zone, and it's just slightly overthrown, but there may be some pass interference there, and we do have a flag.
Yeah, both guys were jockeying. I don't know. They were jockeying for position out there. I don't know if you could throw the flag like that. I might have let that one go because they both were going at it.
We'll see what the call is. It's going to be pass interference on East. So
that would have been better if he called it a holding penalty, if anything.
Pass was intended for Dennis Sweats. It didn't quite look like it was going to get to the end zone, but then sure enough, he overthrew it.
Right. That's why it's kind of difficult to make a call, because he's saying, could he adjust it? I don't think he could have made an adjustment to even get to that ball.
So it'll be first down once again for the Saints, and this should take us, it'll now be 1st and goal for the Saints as the ball has been placed just inside the 10-yard line.
Yes, indeed, inside the 10, wow.
Ingram sets up. And a handoff up the middle to Mewborn. Mewborn tripped up and then eventually ruled down for a loss of about a yard or 2.
Yes, number 51 made a nice stop there.